Darn it. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get up. I'm going to be honest. So, oh, Lindsay, thank you for this. Lindsay went ahead and commented, if you want to find out more about things that we have going on, please go check out solarsynergistics.com/projects. That's a very good place to go if you're wondering what's Emmy got going on. Now, another thing that I want to share with you guys, today is basically the last day for you to get your entry in for the raffle. This is a 2-hour meditative experience that we're going to pick one winner for. And with that, you're going to get not just a meditation, not just a custom created musical track that is calibrated to your frequency. Yes, you heard me right. Calibrated to your frequency. You'll also have the time to go ahead and have me do whatever energetic work your higher self asks me to do, as well as ask me whatever questions you want. You got me for 2 whole hours. We could do a lot of stuff in 2 hours. We can do a lot in 2 hours. So the proceeds from this will go towards a very near and dear project for me. My board members and I were working really, really hard to relocate them closer to the sanctuary location, the physical location of the sanctuary. And this will really greatly help with the cost of that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Yeah. Hold on. Let me find. Oh, we also have a couple of the Iwamofo left, and that is a personal light ceremony kit that you do yourself to undo succubus, incubus level of dark energy stuff that's been pestering you. Okay. This is a very, very potent one. So don't ever leave this burning unattended. Don't ever leave it burning unattended. You can go to that link right there, emmyevolving.com/shop. That's too long. You can see it on the screen. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the crawler at the bottom. To access all things Emmy, go to solarsynergistics.com/projects. Let's get started with this reading. I asked what it was going to be about, and what I was told, someone did dark magic and it's being removed. Ooh, I'm saying people be too much with their BS. People be too much with their BS. I'm just telling you guys. Your girl be getting so sick of this. So sick of this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Let's get started. How are you guys doing, by the way? For some reason, I feel like I be feeling like people need to see that I'm actually shuffling the cards. That's fine. That's fine. You need to see it. Okay. All right. Eventually, when I get all my office gear situated just right, I'll go ahead and set up a second camera so you guys can see the cards. We'll see, though. We'll see. That feels like it's too much work to do. I'm going to be honest. That feels like far too much effort being put into cards. All right. It is. It's stuffy. It's so stuffy right now. It's so stuffy. All right. is taking so long. I'm super impatient. Oh my goodness. Let me just. Okay. This deck sticks a little bit more. All right. Final deck. Ah! Ooh. Oh, shoot. Everybody plays the fool. The fool card popped out. Oh. Okay, hold on. All right, we'll keep those two. Oh, that's sweet of you. Yeah, I mean, I don't like technology. I'm somewhat of a neo-Luddite. Not even joking. At the heart of me, I'm a neo-Lud. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough cards right there. Set this down. One final deck. Okay. I feel like this is going to be intense. Pretty sure of it, actually. I'm told get the bottom of each. I love my deck. I wish I had more, but I love it because of the way it slides. It's the easiest deck to shuffle. Totally ruined all the other decks for me. Totally ruined all the other decks for me because none of them slide like this. Super easy, oops, to slide and stuff. All right, let's go ahead. There, we're ready. It's a lot of cards. Dang. Let's see where this takes us. So there's been a lot of intentions set towards you. And whatever these intentions are, they have not been very good. It's not uncommon for people to see someone like you and feel as though they can do whatever. It's not uncommon. People who have a tendency to be maybe more easygoing, people who have a tendency to be less reactive, to be less willing to fight, people who try to be more patient. There are those who will see that and witness it as like, oh, you're weak. Eh, eh. I don't know about that. You know? Some people just need to be cleansed from your space. They need to be removed. Their access to you needs to be removed. So that's you minding your own business. And then that's them like thinking that they can something, Can they really? Because if they can't, if you want to allow it, you need to make it known before it becomes a bigger issue than it already is. Okay? Whatever is being attempted, it won't be allowed to come to fruition. It won't be fulfilled. Ooh, I'm getting real riled up. mm. Someone's cup is being emptied. It's being emptied. I think you're going to be able to decide whether it's going to be you or someone else. And I will tell you right now, I used to carry this logic of I would rather I be destroyed than someone else because I can always rebuild myself, but most people they can't. They blah blah blah. Those are excuses that you are programmed to believe about the people who maltreat you. I would not be surprised if you have a history in your childhood, young adulthood, whatever it is, but a history of being the scapegoat, the whipping child, the person who everyone blames and you need to accommodate that. No, you don't. You really don't. You don't need to play that role anymore, not unless you want to. If you want to, that's fine. It's your life. I'm not going to tell you how to live. But if you don't want to, then don't keep acting like it's okay. If it's not okay, act like it isn't. And that's one of the things that I had to learn the hard way is that when I act like everything's okay, people literally think that it's okay to treat me in whatever way they feel. If it's not okay, you have to act like it is not okay. You have to. Because when we send mixed signals, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying people get real weird about it. Like they start to think that, oh, they have this basically claim over you. They this, they that. And if they don't let them think that they do just for the sake of peace. I think that's maybe what had happened is that someone began to, you know, cross boundaries with you and you wanted to be a nice person and this and that. Be nice to the people who need niceness, not to the people who take advantage of your niceness, right? So this is someone trying to take advantage of you and that cup is emptied. They're not going to be allowed to continue to do that. However, if you give permission, then you are overriding that divine guidance, that divine will, and you're creating a new situation of cyclical maltreatment. You only have to maltreat me once, maybe twice, just for me to be sure. And then you'll never have access to me again. I'm done with a period of my life where I will continue to allow you to have access to me, to continue to maltreat me so that I can be convinced that this is who you are. No, honey, I'm not playing that game with myself anymore. You maltreat me one time, I'm going to get quiet. I'm going to go away. If you're lucky enough to get that second time, I'm going to really make sure that I cut off all access to me. You will never have access to me again. I'm done with that. I'm done with telling myself that my intuition is wrong for everything that I think about myself. And I'm not talking about, me thinking badly about myself. I'm talking about the guidance that I get, that intuitive urge, this intuitive knowing that I experience in response to certain types of things. Um, so we have to make sure. We have to make sure that we don't confuse ourselves by trying to convince ourselves that our intuition is wrong. Now there's one thing that we need to be clear of. If your intuition is telling you, it's coming from you. It's not your intuition if someone else is telling you something and now you've convinced yourself that this person telling you something is right about someone else, and now you're like, oh my god. No, no. Ask your higher self for communication. Ask your higher self for confirmation. And when you get that confirmation, believe it. Believe it. You have a guardian. For those that this applies to, for those that are, being fixated on with dark intentions, you have a guardian. Don't worry. This is something someone is plotting. Someone is plotting. Someone is plotting and it's going to blow up in their face. They are plotting, they are trying to involve other people because they're afraid to face you head on. I don't know. The sense that I get is take them all down. Every single last one. Be efficient about it. Take all of them down. Mhm. All of them. Anyone who wants to involve themselves can be involved in whatever legal action you need to take, whether it's calling authorities, whether it's, filing legalities in your region or whatever it is. All of them. Whoever wants to be included, by all means, put your name on the list. We'll include you in that as well. Now is a time to really seriously make a decision. Make a decision. Choose yourself. Choose your growth. Choose your peace, because your peace is a beautiful way to choose yourself and your growth. You no longer have to be nice to the people who don't deserve the niceness. And yes, abso-fucking-lutely, you have a right to dictate who in your life deserves you. Long gone are the days where people can tell you that you're not being spiritual or evolved by not just loving everyone. I don't need to love everyone in that way. I have agape love, which means if I know you exist, I believe you deserve a certain level of love, dignity, respect, right? We have to stop confusing agape love with like devotion, obligatory existence, a loyalty that they never earned. Like, I don't think so. That needs to stop. That really needs to stop. Every person that I had that type of blind loyalty to in the past has gone out of their way to be malignant, hurtful, harmful, spreading through communities like cancerous growths. I take ownership of that. Why? Well, I mean, you can't control other people. I know I can't. But I didn't take the proper action to stop it right in its tracks. I allowed it to continue to grow because I thought I was being nice. I thought I was being compassionate. No, I was being enabling and stupid as fuck. Seriously. Like, no joke. I could have squashed that attempt right at the start, but I stayed quiet. I enabled it. I'm not saying it's my fault. I'm not saying I deserve that. I'm saying I co created it and I learned from it. So never again will I do that again. Can you believe at one point in my life, my publicly visible life? So I designed selenite swords. I own multiple patents for that sword. Yes, federally awarded patents, meaning the federal government recognizes I am the owner of that design. And I had people basically knocking off my design, selling it, trying to portray it as though it's mine. And then when I was like, hey, it's patented for a reason. I had these other people who were encouraging the knockoff people to be like, oh, she's just greedy. Like, I can't believe her taking legal action like that. Why the fuck did I spend thousands of dollars on a patent if I'm not going to protect my company's asset? You want to get some burgers and slap a yellow M on it? That's a trademark. A company owns that. You can't piggyback off of the reputation that was created by someone else. See, and that's the thing. We exist in societies where people will protect the very ones who are wrong. Fuck them all. Fuck them all for real. Fuck them all for real. What do you have to lose? That you're afraid to stand up for yourself. What do you have to lose? When I finally had enough and I stood up for myself, I lost a lot of users. Yeah. A lot of people who were using me, a lot of people who were taking advantage, a lot of people who were using me as their ladder to get up in life. That ain't no loss. That's a blessing. That's a clearing. Don't be so avoidant of yourself that you would prefer the company of these scammers, the dregs of society, who try and convince you you're beneath them and that you're blessed to be in their presence. I don't think so. I know what a blessing is. It's not you, baby boo. It's not you. It's definitely not you. For people who try and use their presence, weaponize their presence in your life, like it would be some type of punishment if they withheld themselves. I'm over here like, oh, poor me, withhold yourself more. I'm not joking. Like, oh, you're withholding yourself. Oh, it's so punishing for you to not bother me anymore. Like, whatever this is, it's going to boil over. It's not going to be able to be contained. It's something that is going to halt. Whoever they're creating, whatever situation, whoever it is, they're creating a situation for you. You need to pull your energy back. You need to pull all of that back, bring it to your core, be a cactus. A cactus will conserve its energy. It lives in hostile, inhospitable environments, right? If you live in a desert wasteland of a society, pull your energy back into your core. Be prickly as fuck. And people don't have to touch you, they don't have to handle you. See, that's the thing. One of the things that I learned when I began employing this cactus technique, people who want to harvest me in some way, shape, or form, they don't want to deal with the barbs. They don't want to deal with the thorns. They don't want to deal with any of that. They want to have it easy. And so, of course, they will get very upset. And the moment you get upset because you can't easily access me for harvesting, that's the moment that I see who you are, as you are, your place in my life, which is at the fringes, never inside. Never inside. No, no. You get upset that you can't have access. Why? I only have space in my life for the people who respect my boundaries, who respect my needs, people who are willing to anticipate me and my needs as much as I'm willing to anticipate theirs, people who have the capacity to cherish me at the depth that I can cherish them. Oh, I mean, that's so petty. I only want people around who you can benefit from. Why wouldn't I want reflections of myself? Because when you have me around, I promise you, you benefit off of that. I will go out of my way to make sure I am worthy to hold that space with you. I promise you, if you ever get the honor of being in my personal space, you will fucking benefit from that because that's who I am. I make sure my existence benefits everyone that I touch. Why the fuck don't I deserve that? And I don't do it to obligate you. No, I had to learn that the hard way where I began to realize, hey, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because it feels right to my heart or because if I do it enough, then, I mean, logically, you have to do it for me too, right? No, no, they don't. They honestly don't. Don't do it for that because if you're doing it for that, you're setting yourself up for disappointment and failure. The things I do, I don't expect repayment for anything. I just don't. I don't expect any type of repayment. I don't expect any type of like, now you owe me. Oftentimes people will be like, oh my God, you did this, this, and this for me. And I'm like, I did. Um, you're welcome. Just forget about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's whatever. That you don't have to keep thanking me. You already thanked me. I don't even know what I did for you, but you already just stop. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So if I can love in that way, if you can love in that way, why are you not worthy of that same depth of unconditional love? The people who are telling you that you're not worthy of that, that you can't have that, that that's not part of your right because you exist, they're not worthy of your time. Let those go. This is going to be something that's going to be drawn out, death in reverse. It's going to be very, very drawn out. It's something that's going to go ahead and challenge you to the umpteenth degree. This feels like it's a cycle that has been going on over and over and over. They've really gotten their talons deep inside you. When it comes to barbs, you know how hooks, fishing hooks, have that little part that sticks out at the tip? If you cut the tip off, it doesn't mess you up as much when you remove it. If you do things that can dissolve that. I remember we used to go deep sea fishing when I was a kid. We used to go like I didn't like it. No one told me to not go into the cabin when you're going through the ocean because you're like, whoosh, whoosh. I did not know. But we used to go deep sea fishing, and that was one of the things. I'd be like, wait, you have to get the hook out, and they'd be like, no, you just cut the string, the fishing line, the ocean water, because of the salinity level, it will eventually corrode that hook, and then is like no biggie. Like you're gonna do more damage ripping its lip. And I was like, oh, I oh. Um, and that's the thing. Like if you understand the mechanics of how some people work, because some people want to do as much destruction and damage as possible before they leave you alone. There's certain things that I've witnessed where it's like there are certain types of barbs that are implemented by people who are parasitic so that it hurts when you try and pull it out, right? When you try and do it yourself and pull it out yourself, it tugs, it hurts. And that begins this program where you become more and more dependent on the existence of that. It's almost like it becomes agitated. And so you'll pull it in deeper so that the areas that the barb has already irritated beyond, it gets some type of relief because of the shift in position. When you continue to pull it deeper into you, whatever this person is doing, it's not the solution. Holding on to it more is not the solution, nor is trying to rip it out. That's not the solution either. There are solutions that can be found and implemented, but you have to know what you're doing. Like, I've been playing triage nurse. I've been playing triage nurse and wound care specialist. Whole bunch of different roles I've been playing lately. And it's this thing of understanding the mechanics of your healing process, understanding those mechanics. Some people might think like, oh, my wound is oozing. Say you have road rash. Oh, my wound is oozing. It's infected. No, that's plasma. That's sign of your body attempting to heal itself. That when you allow your body to do what it does and you support that natural process, it facilitates an acceleration of that healing. That's what you need to do, is facilitate your healing, help your healing to accelerate. See, boundaries are not being respected. It ties into this whole thing of dragging it out, really, really dragging it out. I wouldn't be surprised if there were sentiments such as, why do you always do this to me? Why do you always abandon me? I try so hard. Try with someone else. I'm so serious. Let them try with someone else. You broke me. No, honey, you were broken when you first crossed my path. See, that's why I was drawn to you, because I sensed your brokenness and I stuck around in an attempt to assist you. You have to be honest with yourself. If that's what happened, if you came across someone and you like were drawn to them because they seemed very broken, they needed someone, they needed a friend, whatever it is you told yourself, it's not your fault that they behave the way they do. They've been that way since probably way before you came around. They've been that way. I think part of the problem here, if you're resonating with this, I think part of the problem is that you're suffering through a savior complex. There's no one you can save. That is their journey, that is their life. You can assist. They have to be willing to do the work. If they don't want to change, first and foremost, why do they have to change? Because your opinion that they have to change. Now, if they're very unhappy with their life and this is what they keep telling you, then they're going to have to choose change. And if they don't want to choose change, there's nothing you can do to assist the removal of an anchor that they keep dropping into the ocean. Oh, Louise says, the next broken person, I feel I will make a conscious effort to employ my boundary. There was this thing that I used to say, no more people projects, where you collect people and make projects out of them. You try and heal them, you try and this, you try and that. I'm kind of just like, I got nothing left. Not for that. The only things I have left are for building, creating a new level of potentiality that we can work towards, right? Yeah, Louise, if you have healthy boundaries with complete strangers, then absolutely family relatives will be used to try and test how much you've learned and how you can your willingness to implement what you've learned. So yeah, like the other day, I had my own thing that I was dealing with, and one set of family was just I'm like, I'm not responding to any of that. I'm not going to answer any of those texts. And then because I got through that, then another family was like texting and calling, and I'm dealing with my own thing right now. I got nothing to give. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I feel horrible, but I will work through my feelings. I'm not obligated to martyr myself, to prove that I love you, to prove that I see you as family. That's no longer part of what I'm trying to do with myself, right? Anything short of my children and my husband, I'm kind of just like, I don't have anything for you right now. I just, I don't. And you can be upset. You can be disappointed. You can accuse me of blah, 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 blah. I have to deal with my own needs right now. I just have to. And I have such an appreciation for the people who, um, I don't even have to explain that. They see it and they're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I think you got to chill for a little bit. This can wait. I have such an appreciation for people like that. So there's a lot of, going back to the someone did dark magic and it's being removed. That's part of the dark magic, making sure that you're consistently exhausted, too exhausted to be able to recognize what's being done, that someone is doing this to you. Um, ooh. Michael. Michael says he's irked. I don't know. Let people human the way they human. He's irked. It's almost this sense of like, um, This is an opportunity to hear some really powerful things, things that if you have the courage to implement through first and foremost taking accountability for your decisions and your actions, you can completely alter the course of your life. But some people will read the title and they'll come here looking for the drama, right? They want this salacious type of reading of like, oh my God, they paid someone to curse your ovaries. They paid someone to kill you, like, and then they don't get that. And then so they're off. And I'm like, let them do what they do. Let them choose what they choose. Let them choose what they choose. Not everyone is ready to learn and grow and empower themselves. Some people are just far too comfortable in a space of like disempowerment. Let them be there. When they truly are ready, they'll come back or they'll find someone else who can explain things in a way that, will empower that person. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. See, that's why you're not human. You don't understand human. I don't understand human. I know I don't. He said he doesn't understand human stuff. And I said, that's why you're not human. And he goes, you don't understand it either. I'm not tripping off of it though. I'm not tripping off of it. Not everyone can be militant like you. I'm just saying, not everyone can be as militant as you. So, oh, here comes the salaciousness. Someone really is doing magic on you. Someone really is doing dark magic on you. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Um, so, yikes. Invocation, but it's in reverse. You'll find a lot of information online that talks about you need to invoke this, you need to invoke that, you need to blah, 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 blah. And that'll get you all messed up. That'll get you all types of messed up. I tell you why. You want to know why? I tell you why. When it comes to invocations, you have to actually know what you're doing. Oh my God. People be too much. Just fill the fucking order. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Hold on, guys. Like, fool, I'm just saying, if you need to email me 4 times, like, okay. If you don't know about invocation, then there carries with it the very real potentiality of you invoking a mimic. A mimic is a demonic presence that portrays itself in an inauthentic way in order to gain your trust and gain access to you and your field. People be thinking, oh, I've read the Lesser Keys of Solomon. Okay. You know what to do with that? You know what to do with the Yars Goesha? Do you know what to do with the Ars Goetia? Do you know what to do with that information that you've just gleaned from an esoteric text regarding demonic things? Do you want to play with sigils? If you don't know what you're doing, uh, I don't know. I don't know. So you have to be careful about this invocation thing. I'm almost wondering if someone was so desperate to hold on to you, was so desperate to affect you, that they began doing these invocations, not knowing what the hell they were doing. And so now they are completely not just obsessed with you, but possessed. That's not uncommon. You know how you can tell you've been possessed? Your paranoia goes through the roof. You become accusatory with zero proof. You start to get real freaking cray cray about this belief that someone is doing blah, 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 blah to you, and that this and that, just really things that you cannot prove. And then it becomes a fixation. The more you become afraid, the deeper it goes into your auric field. The deeper it goes into your auric field, the more afraid you become. You see how this is a cycle? The more desperate you are, the more willing you are to do other things to mitigate what you assume is happening, but really nothing's happening. Those are the first steps to a possession. When you get possessed by a demonic thing, or if you're one of the other type of people, because that's the first type of reaction. And then there's this other type where you start to feel really powerful, like, no, I got this. This is the most powerful I've ever been. Okay, but your demon's horns are starting to stick out your forehead. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, a lot of frequency-based technology that's being activated, a lot of manipulations of the atmosphere, ionosphere, you know, it's a lot of stuff. And the prevalence of organic portals, it's increasing. So people who don't know what an organic portal is, it's making me search. You might want to look up information on organic portals. Okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So, this person is trying to prevent you from your homecoming and your stability. Homecoming has more to do with approaching or reaching a place where you feel comfortable within yourself. A lot of people who try and dominate you, they need you destabilized. They need you to not feel comfortable within your life, within yourself. And in that, they get more power, more foothold in their attempt to dominate you, you know? These people. Yeah, cancel this. That's so fucking ridiculous. Cancel it. So, let me see. Here we go. So, for some, you're afraid of playing the fool. And it's been something that's caused you to kind of enter into this place of stagnation. And mm, you're like on the cliff, the edge of the cliff. And it's almost this thing of like, are you stepping forward trying to greet someone that you think is a friend, right? Someone that you think has that level of loyalty, but in reality, they're just encouraging you to step forward. Now, moment to moment and creativity, they're both in reverse. So I'm wondering if you're not seeing what's in front of you because you're so focused on things that are so far beyond, like so far beyond. It's taking from your creativity. It's draining you. This is what I was talking about earlier, where when someone wants to do some parasitic type infiltration of your field, first they'll work on trying to drain you. When you're too exhausted, when you're overworked, when you're too much chaos, there's too many different things to pay attention to. You won't be as present, and you won't be able to tell when things are happening. You're not imagining this. You're not crazy. So in order to be successful through this period, you have to stop with the playfulness. You have to get serious for this. Okay. Success and then playfulness in reverse. You have to not be a clown, flamboyant clown at that. Stop being the flamboyant clown in your life, where it's like you're flirting with the things that can get you derailed. You're flirting, playing with the things that really drain you. I'm very particular about who I interact with. Very, very particular because of this. I have had too many situations where I will entertain people's um, attempt to have some type of interaction with me because I feel like I'm going to be mean if I don't. And no, I'm so done with that. I've been done with that for a couple years. I'm good off of it. So the schizophrenia and then the postponement, things are simply being postponed because you're over here thinking, feeling like, um, you're imagining that you have this widening gap and that you're about to fall. This is your old life and your new life. You can't have both. And if you try and have both, you'll fall into that pit and you'll have to climb back out. So things are just being postponed while you work on these aspects of you, these things that you need to work on. Um, let's see. All right. So there's a lot of agitation going on. There's a lot of attempts to really, really distract you, right? Be still in reverse. And maybe you guys are witnessing this playing out firsthand because I keep getting this fucking email. Cancel the fucking order, yo. I'll order it from somewhere else. Like, my God. You never heard of a gift? Of course it's going to be thousands of miles away from where I am. It's a gift. The fuck is I'm not sending you my fucking ID. I had to log in to my PayPal to pay for it. Motherfucker, if that's not enough, cancel the fucking order. I don't give a shit. I'm not giving you my ID. No. And what would that do? PayPal is under my business name. My legal name is not Emmy, last name Evolving. Fucking quit texting me. So you have to be still. You have to allow yourself to see when your attention is being pulled, right? When things are being done like Trojan work, where people, situations are being utilized to try and get you to feel agitated, irritated, all of these negative, more dense type emotions, and that will cause your frequency to plummet momentarily. It will rebound, but in that descent, you are susceptible to infiltration, parasitic breachment. You have to be still. You have to allow things to just be what they are. Like, I'm totally like, fuck it. I'll order this fucking little ass gift from somewhere else. It's no big deal. You're not the only company that does this. It is no big fucking deal. Just stop bothering me. Take a time out. And sometimes the world won't allow you to take a time out. You have to choose that time out for yourself. For me personally, still trying to text, still trying to text. I can hear the zit zit, but I've turned my phone face down. What's up? Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. Mommy duty calls. Let me see. I'm just looking at the cards. I'm going to give you guys a final word. Yeah. A lot of attempts. You have to see it. Things being hidden, a betrayal. These are cycles. Attempt to drain your abundance in whatever form your abundance is taking. You need to redirect so you can progress. You're a warrior. You're not innocent, and you're not acting like the royal you are. You have to observe and protect yourself. Let me just see. Have faith in your dreams. Your dreams are telling you something. A time to give rather than to take, but it's in reverse. Stop letting people take from you. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't let your past hold you back, but it's in reverse. So you're absolutely letting your past, your fear of whatever sense of failure you've had hold you back. A personal issue reaches resolution. You'll get through this, but you have to be brave. You have to find that courage in the face of adversity, that courage under fire. Communication is key, but it's in reverse. Stop trying to talk sense into nonsensical people. Stop trying to talk sense into them. If they're incapable of understanding sense-based, logic-based senses, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we have to be held accountable for what we allow. Something's doing something. It's doing it to you. If you're going to allow it, it will continue, it will worsen, and it will be a much more severe circumstance. Okay. So if you guys could please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I might go and do expedites later this evening. I'm not too sure. If you would like expedites, please come back on this channel around 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if I'm doing expedites, that's what time I'll start. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, everyone.